Hey guys, it's time to talk about UFC 323. Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan. Want to talk a little bit about this card. Honestly, surprisingly, very good. I've thought this was gonna be one of the stinkers, sneaky cards of the year, but it turned out to be really entertaining. Um, yeah, let's go through some of the fights that stood out for me when I was watching. I thought the Jalen Turner KO was very good. It's been a while since we've seen Jalen Turner in the octagon. I think at least that's how it feels. I thought the Marvin Vettori loss was pretty. I don't know. It was entertaining in some parts, but it just it didn't really tickle my fancy. As the rest ones, for rest of the fights, I thought this one was really good. Yeah, it was okay. The early prelims were okay. I think the prelims are a lot better. I was really into this Macy Barber and Corinne Silva fight. I thought Macy Barber did very well. I honestly thought Terrence McKinney would get the win in this, but turns out he didn't. Yeah, I don't know. This fight felt a bit close, but it is what it is. You know, it felt like it was getting. I felt like Terrence McKinney was kind of uh doing very well, and then kind of just lost it towards the end of the round. But yeah, Grant Dawson and Monterias, that was a good fight. I don't remember this one as much, but I remember it was pretty entertaining. It wasn't that long, but I think my most hyped up fight or most excited for was surprisingly Henry Cejudo versus Payne Talbot. This fight, if you guys watched, was an absolute banger. Um, Back and forth a lot. Henry did a lot of wrestling, wasn't really successful. And then Payne Talbot ended up being the aggressor with the wrestling, which was really cool to see. A lot of people were saying Payne absolutely dominated Henry. I didn't see that. I thought it was relatively close. The strikes, obviously, total strikes go to Payne, but honestly, a lot of the strikes by Payne looked like they were not as impactful towards later in the fight. So I thought that the numbers are a bit off in this in that sense, but it was a good fight, and obviously they had the knockdown. Payne did, so yeah. That was like personally one of my fights of the night. I thought it really got me in the mood to watch more of the fights. I thought this was kind of atrocious on this fight. It was very much in Tyru's favor throughout the fight. Like he was obviously winning. I thought the stoppage was premature. I thought it was too soon. I believe this is the first time Reno's ever been KO'd or TKO'd. I could be wrong about that, but it seemed like it was way too soon to stop it. So that's how I felt about that fight. Although I thought this was it was an entertaining fight to watch though, especially since Brandon Moreno had that first round down. I think. Uh, I hope they gave him that round, right? Would hope so because he had a lot of control time and he was pretty much had a triangle choke for like the majority of the fight. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll have to look into it, but for the co-main, this was probably the most disappointing fight for me. Um, Obviously, it ended with a TKO win for Joshua Van. Pantoja ended up, they saying breaking his shoulder, but it looked like the elbow during the fight. It was very tragic for the fans and everyone because this was probably most people's most like anticipated fights, I should say, because yeah, it's crazy like how good this card is because of these fights because both Peter Yan and Joshua Van won the titles against two people that were dominant in their weight class and haven't lost in like so many years. Like it's crazy to me to think about. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a sad fight. Pantoja and Van. Hopefully Van and Pantoja get the rematch next year. That would be the fight to make. I think either that or Joshua Van can fight Tara because that was probably enough for him to fight for the title. I feel. So yeah, we'll see. Uh, then we had Rob and Peter Yan. Obviously, Peter Yan won by decision. Look at the strikes. It was honestly like such a masterclass of performance from Peter Yan. I think people went into this fight thinking that it was going to be no different than the first fight. I thought that too a bit. But man, Peter Yan with both hands is crazy good. He was landing a lot of shots on Peter Yan. Peter Yan was busted up in this fight as well. It just really seemed like Merab wasn't able to do what he usually does and drown his opponents. Peter Yan wasn't having it. Even when Peter Yan got taken down, he would stand right back up. And Peter Yan actually had a better performance in the striking and in the takedown. So and the damage as well. Like it's crazy to do that to Merab at all people because Merab's one of the people that he's famous for doing that to other people. So yeah, I think the next fight to make for Pion and Merab is a rematch probably. Get a third fight in there just to give a good card next year as well as uh make it so that way they have like an intimate win on both sides, like just so there's no question about who's better. Because obviously Merab and Peter Yan are 1-1 now. So yeah, it is a good fight to make, and I would love to rewatch this fight or have them watch and have them do another fight. Sorry, my speech is off today. Uh, very early. Yeah, I thought it was a great card. Honestly, not the perfect card to end the year, but it was pretty close to that. I think the co-main really makes it get put down a few numbers because obviously it's unfortunate what happened. You don't really know who's better now because of an injury. So yeah, it was good. It was a good card, and Henry Cejudo finally retired again. Um, after this performance, so that was nice to see. I didn't really talk about Jan and Goskov. I thought Goskov did very well. It was very very close fight. It looked like Guskov was gonna be the winner in this fight for a while, and then the two knockdowns happened, and yeah, it was really close, really close. Yeah, I'd love to see these guys rematch as well, Jan and Guskov, but I don't know. We'll see what the UFC wants to do. Very good card.